阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛。请大家注意一下哦。现在停在外面的车子呢，我刚刚呢把大家的车头这个雨刷全部提起来，每一台车的雨刷提起来，那个怕等一下大家。
弥陀佛，大家好。大家也第一次领受到山庄的大风雪，是不是？这一次真的是也是非常棒的，因为有师尊在才觉得棒。非常感谢大家的来参加师尊的附魔。然后呢，请大家一定要注意安全哈，因为呢地上真的很滑。我们撒了盐，大家都知道，一撒那个盐呢，就风就吹走了。也没办法，所以呢，就是大家走路的时候一定要非常非常的小心，还有呢，非常非常的慢大家一定要提醒大家，还有呢，大家不要在室外，全部的人呢，请大家到室内来，然后呢，请大家一定要戴口罩大家一定要戴口罩因为呢，就是如果你们在室外的话呢，也不好师姐不好意思进入彩虹内藏寺之后就不可以拍照了请大家不要拍照如果你们想要拿照片的话呢，可以到我们彩虹内藏寺那个网站那边有那个相片山庄的雪景这些都有欢迎大家可以呢就是上我们彩虹内藏寺那边下载谢谢你们
真和中美国西雅图彩虹内藏寺普陀金刚护摩法会开始，一会大众请起立，恭迎真和中
Tiger Head Vajra Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Let us now stand up, join our palms with reverence, and together we are welcoming our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to enter into the temple hall.
一拜根本传承上师及诸佛，Om 观想顶礼，回天心善意。二拜诸菩萨，Om 观想顶礼，回天心善意。 3拜诸护法金刚，嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善印，是平等一起手。恭请师尊移步到展示屏，接受众线上的众弟子问安。
阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，阿弥陀佛，老师真好，新年快乐，老师真好，新年快乐，新年快乐，
新年快乐，佛体安康，
恭请法王圣尊莲僧活佛升法王座。
His Holiness to please take the Dharma throne, and we welcome all the Dharma masters, venerables, and all participants to please take the seats. Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. Offering of Hatha. Let us now join our palms with reference, and we would like to invite Vajra Master Lian to present the offering of Hatha on behalf of all of us as the symbol of the highest honor. Tiger Head Vajra Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Visualize two Buddha lineage, Namo Vajra Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitha Buddha, Namo Padmakumara. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. We said the root Guru mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 做四无量观，观想右手边有。
Perform the visualization of the 4 immeasurables, ancestors and relatives from the father's side to your right, from the mother's side to your left. Friends and teachers behind us. enemies and coming creditors in front of us. Sentient beings around us, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Clap twice and snap your fingers to awaken the deities. Recite purification mantras and the deity mantra. Om Vajra Hom Namo Samato Modolan Om Duru Duru Deve Soha. Recite invocation mantra. Hom Soha. Om A Hom Soha. Om A Hom Soha. We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo White Padmakumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha's Gold Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Tiger Head Vajra. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Tiger Head Vajra. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Tiger Head Vajra. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jet Ponds. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. True Buddha's Gold 8 Primary Deities. Namo Yamantaka. Namo Akalanata. Namo 4 Heavenly Kings. Namo Sima Bodhisattva. Limbo temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Order, at the Seattle Lichang Temple, and at the South Mountain Retreat. Rainbow temples, mountain gods, earth gods, plant gods, wind gods, water gods, heavenly fire gods, dragon gods, and all divinities as well as the city gods, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Great mandala offering from the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. Fourfold refuge, visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhamoye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhamoye, Namo Sankhyaye. armor protection. For Vajra Clubs Mudra, recite Vajrapani mantra. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to perform blessings with mala. His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the Homa cards, registration forms, and all the offerings. Please stand up and join your palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to light the Homa fire, to make all the offerings, and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnetization, and Bardo deliverance. Recite the Tiger Head Vajra mantra. We are inviting everybody to please take a seat. Please do not stay outside. Please come inside. Recite that mantras of the eight principal deities and incarnate Buddha Amitha.
Deyatha Om Bekajaya Bekajaya Maha Bekajaya Raja Samo Hyade Soha Namo 36万亿与水1万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿与水1万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿与水1万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家起念，请佛注释祈愿文。
Recite the supplication to the Buddha to stay in the Saha world. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, our Buddhas of the 10 directions, compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The nights are long, the 3 poisons are proliferating. My body and soul are strictly tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. 3 jewels, eminent wondrous light, provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and devas, rely on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead that you stay in the Saha world to turn the Dhamma wheel, to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddhas, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, living for full generosities from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. True Buddha's school disciples wholeheartedly pray to the main deity of Homa today, Namo Tiger Head Vajra, the wrathful emanation of Golden Mother. By your formidable Dharma power, please protect our lineage Guru to stay healthy, live a long life with great self-mastery, boundless resources and prosperity, free from all calamities and evils, untouched by sicknesses, to shine bright radiance upon sentient beings, and may the true Buddha Dharma will continually turn. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Golden Mother of the primordial Jade Pond. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to the Tiger Head Vajra. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to all of Golden Mother's Dharmakaya. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to all the Dakinis. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Golden Mother of the primordial Jet Ponds, the Tiger Head Vajra, and all of Golden Mother's Dharmakaya, and all Dakinis. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Golden Mother of the primordial Jet Ponds, the Tiger Head Vajra, all the Dharmakayas, and all Dakinis. We pray that you guide the Buddha spirits with affinity, Buddha spirits without affinity, to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. Please guide all the 1,000 vessels, the 1,000 Dharma vessels, to take the Buddha spirits with and without affinities to reach the other shore, to reach the pure land of eternal light and serenity, to the magnificent land for proper rewards, convenience land for those with remnants, and the mixed land where both the mundane and sages reside, so that everything is non-returning. By the infinite light of Amitha Buddha, please eradicate all karma, so that we have pure body and mind. Please help so that the pandemic in this world, the viruses, sicknesses, and severe illnesses can be destroyed. We pray, please bestow resources upon spiritual cultivators. Please bestow wisdom upon cultivators. Please bestow harmony, love, and respect upon groups of real cultivators. Please destroy all the wandering and homeless spirits. The Golden Mother of the primordial jet ponds, the tiger-head Vajra, and all the Dharmakayas and Dakinis, gods in heavens, gods on earth, may be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. May all that can be destroyed be destroyed. We say 100 silver mantra 3 times.
Vajra Sato Samaya Manupanaya Vajra Sato Tenupadicha Zezo Me Pawa Soto Kayu Me Pawa Sobo Kayu Me Pawa Anulato Me Pawa Sarwa Sidi Me Budayata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Jitamu Suriyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagawan Sawa Tathagata Vajamami Mansa Vajra Pawa Maha Samaya Sato Ahom Pei Om Vajra Sato Samaya Manupanaya Vajra Sato Tenupadicha Zezo Me Pawa Soto Kayu Me Pawa wa sobo kayu me bawa anura to me bawa sarwa siddhi me budayata sarwa karma sutta me jittamu sriyan guru hom ha 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 he bhagavan sawa tathagata pejamami mansa pejabawa maha samaya Sato a hom pei om peja sato samaya manupanaya peja sato tenu padicha zezo me bawa soto kayu me bawa sopo kayu me bawa anura to me bawa sarwa siddhi me budayata sawa karma sutta me jittamu sriyan guru hom ha 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 he bhagavan sawa tathagata pejamami mansa pejabawa maha samaya sato a hom pei.
Great homage using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release mudra, second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release mudra, third to all Headworkers and Dharma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release mudra, fourth half bow. Recite completion mantra.
Om Brim, Om Brim, Om Mani Padme Hum.
Let's give a round of applause to show our gratitude to our illustrious Guru for presiding over this Tiger Head Vajra Homa fire offering ceremony. Let's watch a video about the Tiger Head Vajra recitation for the new year. So the representative word for this year is dawn, which means this year we have the first rays of dawn that will shine upon the whole world. So we can say that the year of the tiger is the first rays of dawn from in the darkness that we've had. So this should be very remarkable and supposed to be auspicious. This is the 24-hour round-the-clock mantra recitation of Tiger Head Vajra and the ceremonies.
此次为世界祈福跨年活动，感恩师佛的大加持，感谢世界真佛州
This is the New Year event.
以及幕后工作的义工同仁，谢谢你们。
And thank you to the TROVE Foundation and all the volunteers participants that made it possible. Now let us join our palms, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dharma teachings.
我们敬礼传承祖师，敬礼了明和尚。
Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dubden Tarji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today. The Golden Mother, Tiger Head Vajra. Sumo, Tanzan Katso, Duten Siddhi, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do?
Aishiteru. Shanane. Hola, amigo. Te quiero mucho. Sugoi. Ichiban. Kimochi. Jumi. Yapi. Puri. Konnichiwa. 心脏，他们现在呢，先通知大家，下个星期
I would like to announce for next Sunday,
9号。
January 9th,
下午3点 PM
3 p.m.
是莲花童子附魔。
There will be Padmakumara Homa fire offering ceremony.
这一尊不用介绍。
There's no need to introduce this deity. Padmakumara Homa fire offering ceremony.
很简单，就是这样子讲。
Very simple.
没有莲花童子，
Without Padmakumara,
就没有真佛宗。
there will not be True Buddha school.
一切都没有。
Nothing will exist.
这一尊呢，很多人也把莲花童子当成本尊。
Many people have Padmakumara as their yidam in their meditational practices. Many of them.
其他的，我想不用再介绍了。
And there's no need to introduce anything else.
不过有一件事情。
However, there's one thing that I should mention.
这个莲花童子他转世非常的多。
Padmakumaras has many reincarnations.
有一个国度，
And one of the countries. Actually, in all of Tibet, other than the snowy mountain, the great snowy mountains, that's also the Tangxiang mountain. And the Tangxiang mountain or Tangut mountain is also in Tibet. There was a group of people that left the Mount Tangut and went to Mount Qilian. And in the western ravine, they established a country or kingdom called the Tangut Kingdom, or the Western Xia dynasty. And they have a total of 10 emperors, and in the ancient time it was called the Great White High Country. So it was the country that the white Padmakumara established based on Hiking Sutra. So the country of the Hiking Guanyin Sutra is called the Great White High Country. The country was not big, but many things that we inherit from this Western Xia dynasty, including the whole country chanted the Hiking Guanyin Sutra, and it had 10 kings or emperors. And some of them were reincarnations of Padmakumara. Do you remember the Mongolian dynasty? The founder was Genghis Khan or Temujin. He united the whole Mongolia all the way to Europe. It was a huge kingdom. And this great white high country was in the Hexi corridor, the west of the river corridor, very small. However, every time Genghis Khan made an attack to this country, for a total of 9 times, and he never succeeded. Never succeeded. At that time, the empire of the Mongolia attacked many countries, and very fast they would win every time. However, in the attack to this great white high country, they attacked 9 times and never succeeded, and Genghis Khan died from depression. And then later on, Kublai Khan was the one that destroyed this great white high country, or the Tangut kingdom. This is history. So the great white high country was established by white Padmakumara, a country of hiking Guan Yin Bodhisattva. That was a history from the past. Today we perform Tiger Head Vajra Homa. Why? Golden Mother manifested a tiger form. In Taoism, we talk about the 5 elders. The same as in Buddhism. Akshoba Buddha in the east, Amitha Buddha in the west, Vajra Buddha in the center, Ratnasambhava Buddha in the south, and Amoghasiddhi Buddha in the north. They are the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. In Taoism, they also have the 5 directional golden sages. In the east, the great Emperor Donghua from the east. If you watch the TV series Eternal Love, there is Emperor Donghua in it. This Donghua Dijun is a golden sage without any desire in his heart. He is one with heaven and earth, a golden sage. However, what's written in the TV series Eternal Love was just made up. There was no such thing as romantic love for the golden sage. They have good imagination. If someone is very glib and talks really, then you give them a basket to let them continue to weave the story. So in the east is Donghua Dijun, in the west Golden Mother, at the center is the Huanglao, the yellow elder, and in the north is the water god, and in the south is the fire virtue. That's the 5 elders. In the west is Golden Mother. The east is the blue dragon. The west is the white tiger. So blue dragon, white tiger, red phoenix, and black turtle. So the west belongs to the element gold. That's why we refer to her as Golden Mother, or the and the east belongs to the element wood, and the west is Golden Mother, and blue dragon in the east, white tiger in the west. That's why at her origin there is the tiger head Vajra. That's the origin. Golden Mother is extremely compassionate. However, for people who violate the precepts, very stern and punished like the fierce tigers. So she's both compassionate and ferocious. So Golden Mother has two characteristics. One is as ferocious as a tiger and as compassionate as the old mother. In Chinese they rhyme. So we perform this Tiger Head Vajra Homa, and Grandmaster also enshrined the Tiger Head Vajra at the headboard of my bed. Very responsive. Whatever I ask, I get. If I tell her who would I like to meet, then sure enough that night I would see that person. And she would also give me predictions about what will happen in the future. And then what articles I would write the next morning. And she would tell me at night. She would let me see the article, and then I would write it according to her advice or clues. Very responsive. I just place it on my headboard. I do not lit incense or make offerings. I just say good morning in the morning and good night at night before bed. When I do Vajra deliverance, I would pray to her to take charge and give blessings. I don't even offer water, no fruits or anything. I just join my palms. Then I would tell her, if you like to eat something, you can go find it in the fridge. That's what I tell them. But every time when I eat, I would make offering first to them. This is a joke. Don't know if it's funny or not. I traveled with my best friend, and on the plane there's menus, pork and beef or beef, and the stewardess, just to save time, she would ask, are you a pig or cow? No, actually pork or beef, but in Chinese. Yeah, this is only. And my best friend replied, all four of us are pigs. Actually pork. It's only meaningful in Chinese. That's a group of pigs. The teacher asked Xiaoming, why do you sleep in my class? And Xiaoming stood up and said, then why are you giving a lesson when I'm sleeping? Unreasonable.
阿花在人事课上班，上星期呢调到楼下的总务处。
Ahua work at the human resources, and then last week was moved to the administrative downstairs, and then her friend make a phone call. Is Ahua there? Yeah, this is also a play of joke in Chinese.
对方这个好朋友讲啊，怎么会呢？他什么时候走的？这个直言回答：上个星期。
Yeah, this is like he's not in the personnel department, but it sounds like it's not in the world anymore. Yeah,
没关系的，你要去找他，你就下楼去找他就有了。 到下面去找他就有，很好笑。这个马来西亚莲花美仪问的。
A question from Malaysia asked by Lianhua Mei. How do you do, Grandmaster Amitha Buddha? I work as a volunteer in the registration part at the temple, and because there's not enough people to get everything done, so I took the initiative to take them home for those who registered for registrations. And a fellow disciple told me, don't bring them home, because otherwise the registrants, ancestors, attached spirits, or karmic creditors, or baby spirits, or the deceased would follow us home and would affect us and the family members to be affected by the spirits. So I don't dare to bring them home anymore. So, but I want to get the right answer. So could you please confirm? Because I find it strange and confused. Does it mean that all the temple work has to be done at the temple and we cannot bring them home to work on them? Thank you for helping answer this question. So she writes the Homa cards at the registration section because it's not done yet. More work than people, so she brought them home, and it said okay. Let me ask all of you, what do you think? Like those who registered for Bardo deliverance, and then she brought them home and then wrote them at home. She's just a volunteer in the registration division. Do you have any opinions, one way or another? None? Someone has opinion. Please stand up and say. Okay, please have a seat. Anybody else?
留在庙做那个东西比较好。
因为那有时候那个灵不干净，会做成那个干扰。都是师尊讲的对，我不懂。
It's best to do it at the temple, but I don't know. This question is something that we never thought of. She's a volunteer at the temple, so writing the registration forms and Homa cards. So she brought them home. So does that mean that she will bring all the spirits home? Or should she finish it at the temple? But it's not enough people to finish the work. So I never thought of this issue. Yawami from Malaysia.
请问这个到底可以带回家吗？你就讲说 yes.
Is it okay to bring home? Then say yes. If cannot, then say no. So we have the answer now, but it's the same as no answer.
他说有的人啊，你把他带回家做。
Some people can bring them home, but some people cannot bring them home.
有的人可以，有的。
So fine for some people and not for others.
这连家上师讲的，他说心里如果没有
Master Lian-Sheng said, if you have no worries, then it'll be fine. But according to Grandmaster, if your body is easily attached by spirits, then you should not. But bodies that do not get attached by spirits easily, then you can do it. So it depends. So what Master Lian-Sheng said makes sense. Like if you have no worries, no problem about it, then of course it's okay. And her body also has no tendencies to attract spirits, then it's fine. But if you are easily bothered by those spirits, then you should not. Everybody have different constitutions. Like in the middle of the night, I walk in the cemeteries, in the graveyard, 24 hours to consult feng shui and to have the coffin to enter the ground. The hour was chosen to be midnight. And in Taiwan, in Kwansangfeng, there were all graveyards everywhere. And there were several followers that we went up the hill, and at the right hour, we placed the coffin in. Sometimes it's at midnight, because we chose that hour that is good for the deceased and his family. So in the middle of the night, I would climb all over graveyards. Patusan. There was a beautiful lady that told me that she wanted to go. So there were several of my disciples, Zhang Huangming, Liao Yichun, sometimes Lian-Si, Lian-Zhu. They all followed me in the middle of the night to go up the mountain. We were not afraid. Even when we roam around the graveyards, those were places where people sleep, but we still do our work then. There was a beautiful lady from Changhua that followed us. I forgot her name. She looked good. And she thought we were having fun, but when we got to the graveyards and she thought, ooh, a real thing. And when she heard some sound like made by grass, a tiny grass, and then she just hugged someone, Zhang Huangming, who's tall, and she just dig her head in his chest, and he took the opportunity to hug her even tighter. And Zhang Huangming now has left the world, has passed away. I will never be attached or attacked by spirits. But if your feng shui consultation is wrong, one time I made a mistake. I was not careful enough then. At a place called Dajingtou Cemetery. How did I make the mistake? They didn't tell me where the head is. If the tombstone is here, and when the coffin is placed, the head is here, and the feet is at the tombstone, and the head is at the furthest point of the tombstone. So when they place it down, it's the other way around. So the head is at the tombstone, and the feet is at the other end. So that night, the spirit came to find me and told me, "You misplaced me." And immediately I corrected it. So, if the spirits come and find you and yet you are not aware, then you would be attached by the spirit. So this is important. People who are easily attached by spirits, they will. But people who are not easily attached by spirits, then they won't. I have a disciple who always gives feng shui consultations, and eventually he was attached by spirits and not just one. So if you make mistakes with the living feng shui for the living people, it's still okay. But if you do it for the dead people, and they come to find you, then that would be horrible. The whole family would be affected.
师母回答可以带回家写护摩木，没问题。因为那个还没有执行法会，还没有加持，
replied,
印烧没问题。
There's no problem to bring them home to do, because it's before the ceremony and before being burned. into the Homa fire. But what I said is, if you're not easily attached by spirits, you can do it. Because I discover at our home, because now I do the bardo deliverance of the 1,000 vessels. Some people come early, some people come late. It's not your turn yet, and you already come so early. Then what should I do? Then they would stay at the hotels of my house. And where would they stay? I told you, right, that the bamboo sections are empty. There would be over 10 of them inside one section. Some people can hide inside the walls. Even when there are no hollow spaces like cements, they can hide in there too. And in the hallway, as I walk back, they sneak their heads out. Why? They ask for Grandmaster's blessings. And then I touch their heads all the way back to my bedroom. And also inside the cabinets, as seen by Sumo. And there was one that went hiding. And as the door closes, he was caught in between, and the head fell out, and he extended a hand to pick up the head. So some people come early, some people got late, and some people that it's just the right time to get on board the vessels. And we have many gods that check on the spirits. And there's some that come early and they can stay in the hotels. That's all I can say. It depends on the individuals whether you would be bothered or not by the spirits. And the second question also from Malaysia. Nianhua Zhenxiang. The family name is Gan. Gan Zhenxiang. In Grandmaster's books number 266, the Golden Verses, article number 125, it talks about tantric spiritual cultivation to transform the solid into liquid, and from liquid into gas, and then the gas into spirit, and spirit into light. Only this is called attainment. And I say this is the key formula of spiritual cultivation. It's extremely important, utmost important. The first question is, how do we transform the solids into liquid, and then lastly into light? And second, how do we know that we have reached liquid or gas or light? And then how do we know at what state we are now? Amitha Buddha. This question is troublesome. In tantric practices, first we transform the solid state into liquid, and from liquid to gas, from gas to spirit, from spirit to light. So let me tell you, Ice is solid. When it encounters heat, it would become liquid. Like today, it's it's like a powder, solid. The ice, it's really windy, and the ice, snowy ice, just flew all over. When I went out to lit the Homa fire with the bursts of wind, and it's like salt. It's all stick to my head and my feet everywhere. It blew on me. That was really cold. So solid is ice. It becomes liquid, that would be water, becomes gas, which when you evaporate the water, that would be gas. And then from gas, it becomes the spirit. And the spirit transforms into light. And that is called attainment. This is the key formula of spiritual practice of utmost importance. We have Bodhi chakra here. Here at the brow chakra, we have the solid light drops. It's ice. The whole block of ice here. And how do you heat it so that it can drip? You use the inner fire. When your body temperature increases, the inner fire rises all the way to the brow chakra and to touch the body chakra, and then it would liquidify. And you have both the fire and water to fuse, to merge together in the 5 chakras, then it would become gas. And it becomes the life chi. And you melt the life chi even more. After it becomes a gas state, it can go all over the channels, all over your body. When the water and fire merge, it would emit light, would transform into light. So when the fire is burning, that is also light. When the fire burns the water would become gas or vapor. And the gas can also become light. So that's the concept of chi channels and light drops in Tantrayana. If when it becomes a liquid, and then you let it emit it out of your body, that's called emission. But if you can retain the liquid, that's called non-leaking. If you already have the liquid, then you use the fire to burn it, and it will transform into chi. And the chi would flow in all the channels. And since you use fire to burn the water to become chi, to become gas, it also can become light. and because it's a kind of fuel, so that's the spirit. That's all I can say simply. How do we transform the solid into liquid? You use inner fire to melt it. And then transform into light, because the inner fire itself is light. The inner fire is light. And when the gas is burned by the inner fire, it would become the spirit. When it reaches all over the body in the channels, then it would become light being emitted by the body. So liquid is the same as the oil. That's light drops. And then when you add oil to the fire, it would become brighter, and that's the light. How do you know if you have attainments that you have reached liquid? Because you can feel that here at the brow point, there are water dripping every time the inner fire is touching it, and then you retain it, and you don't want it leak. Then you become non-leaking. How do we know at what state we are? Is it solid, liquid, or? It's simple. If you can feel there's water dripping from your brow chakra, and you can feel the sensation yourself, then that's the state of liquid. And if you feel that the inner fire at the navel chakra is warm, and then when the fire rises, you know, and you could feel there's fire. And then when the two merge together here, it would become light. And the light transforms into the spirit. One is warm or hot, one is cool. The liquid is cool. The inner fire is hot. That's in the tantric Buddhism, tantric practices. Lian-Sheng raised pigeons for many years, and it died. And Lian-Sheng was really sad and did not want to bury it, wanted to cremate it, and then scatter the ash in the ocean to return to the nature. But during the cremation, it's the more he burned the pigeon, the more fragrant it is. So he bought 2 bottles of beer. So many people, as they walk further and further, they forgot their original intention. Some people became ordained as monks and nuns, and the aspiration in the beginning was good, but as they walk along, they forgot about it. When we reach middle age, it's like the novel Journey to the West. Some people, it's like the monk, tongues, sanzang, always nagging, or the pressure of the Monkey King, because he wore a band around his head. or you have the figure of the precept pig. Of course, no waist and big belly. And the hairstyle of the monk Sa-he-sang, because it's bald at the center. And primarily it's getting closer and closer to the Western paradise, or to heaven, closer and closer. Grandmaster has passed middle age. Now I am at my youth. The teacher said, if you think you're stupid, please stand up. And the students look at each other and no one dared to stand up. Only Ming stood up. And the teacher thought, do you think you're dumb? And Xiaoming said, no, teacher. I just want to accompany you. Ming is very smart. Okay, now we'll continue on the Vajra Sutra. Subhuti, the Tathagata speaks truthfully, realistically, appropriately, without deceit and without prejudice. Subhuti, all the Dharma or anything obtained by the Tathagata are neither real nor false. Subhuti, if a bodhisattva dwells on anything while performing acts of giving, it is as if he is in the dark, he will not see anything. But if a bodhisattva does not dwell on anything when performing acts of giving, then he is not blinded and will be able to see all sorts of forms as if the sun is shining. Subhuti, in future lives, should there be good men and good women who can accept and uphold, read or recite the sutra, they will be known and seen by the Tathagata through his wisdom, and they will attain vast and boundless merits. I finished reading it all of the chapter, but let me just explain this sentence. Subhuti, the Tathagata speaks truthfully, realistically, appropriately, without deceit and without prejudice. Today we will only cover this. This sutra is talking about the true reality or the real phenomena. And the real phenomena is without any phenomena, is non-phenomena. Without any phenomena. The Buddha said, he speaks truthfully, realistically, genuinely, appropriately. So the true reality is like what I said, without deceit, without lying, without prejudice, not speaking two different things, just one kind. The only true reality or real phenomena, and the real phenomena is non-phenomena. Basically, nothing exists. That's the simple explanation of the statement. If you If you go deep into it, you would know. Let me tell you, now I am giving Dharma teaching here. It's true that there is Sungyen Lu seated on the Dharma throne, and the Rainbow Temple is also real. You can see it. And today there are wind and snowstorm, and you have seen it. And you have seen the Homa Hall. Isn't that reality? Look at to your sides and who are sitting next to you, and you have seen them. How can it be not real? How do you say that nothing exists? What you see today, what you encounter, they're all real. Grandmaster's giving Dharma teaching here, you're listening down there. And the one from Indonesia, Lian-Sheng. And from Brazil, Lian-Jia. And Lian-En from somewhere. And those four who just sit there dumbfounded. We all recognize them. Aren't they real? How can you say that they're not here? No one to speak the Dharma, no one to listen to the Dharma, and no such things as Dharma. How do you differentiate them? Sakyamuni Buddha said that the real phenomena is non-phenomena. And he is the one who speaks the truth. He speaks truthfully. So does that mean that we speak untruthfully? Tantan Katso is seated there, and the piano master. And the other two, let's not talk about them. But they are real people. Aren't they real? Let me tell you one thing. That's called you perceive due to the sight or seen. So it's your momentary sensation or perception. You see it, or you see the form. According to the Buddha, that's just for a moment. So you're seated today and look at people next to you, and then look again next week. They would be different. And the following week, when you come, it would be different. When are you leaving? Wednesday. See, next week, after Wednesday or next week, she won't be here anymore. It'll be different. Next week, you'll be gone. How about Lian-Yen? Leaving on 12th. So next week, you're still here. But will you sit at the same spot? Right.
会变的，不是真实。
It will change. It's not real. The real one will never change.
不会变的。
The one that never changes is only emptiness. Anything else will change. It's ever changing.
像那个一对情人，海誓山盟。
Like a couple of lovers with a promise, swearing an eternal promise. Even when the ocean dry up and the rocks rot, but my love for you will never change. My vow is like the ocean and the mountains. That is called bull. Bullshit. No such thing. Romantic love will always change. Loving you for tens of thousands of years. Who sang that song? Liu-Te-Hua. I don't know if he ever changed. That's just blowing his horn. Boasting. Anything, according to the Buddha, is ever changing. A second, a minute, an hour, at any time, it's always changing. Everything is impermanent. Everything is ever changing. Love and feelings are always changing. It's the same with the couple. Husband and wife are the same as mutually cheating. I mean, this is play of words of Chinese. Homophone. I lie to you today, you lie to me tomorrow, we cheat each other. So what is the true reality? The only thing that never changes is the Buddha nature. It is emptiness. Yeah, nothing to own. Someone wrote a song about enlightenment by the great master Yongjia. There are 6 interests in the dream, but at the end, it's all empty. So, in the dream, so the dream refers to the human life. So the 6 interests are the heavens, asura, human, hells, hungry ghosts, and animals. Huh? Is that what it is? We also have the 6 rebirth cycle. I forgot to mention it last night. If you have karma, you would have the 6 reincarnations, 6 rebirth cycle. Unless your karma is emptied, then you would attain the Tao. Lastly, it would be all empty. If you have been enlightened, then you would know it's empty. Even the 3,000 great thousand worlds are non-existent. We have one sun and one moon. That's one small 1,000 world, and 3,000 small worlds is one medium world, and 3,000 medium world is the same as one great world, and 3,000 great thousand worlds. Just imagine how big the world would be. So the 3,000 great thousand worlds in Buddhism is like that. So a system with one sun and moon, that's a one small world, and then 1,000 small worlds that would make one medium world. But eventually, all the 3,000 great thousand worlds are non-existent. That's written by Master Yongjia. So in the dream, the 6 realms are existent, but lastly, the 1,000 worlds are all empty. So the Tathagata speaks truthfully, realistically, accordingly, without deceit and without duality. Nothing exists. What do you think? What Sakyamuni Buddha said, is that the truth? In the past, I went to France and saw the Eiffel Tower. Oh, that's how it is. Now I'm not in France and I don't see the Eiffel Tower. But in my memory, there is an Eiffel Tower. Is that real? What's in your memory? There is a form of Eiffel Tower in my brain. I also went to the Thame River and I know what it looks like, and I've been to Holland and know how the houses are built there. I've visited the Alps, and I've seen how they look. I've been to Switzerland and saw the lakes. I've visited Germany and Munich, München. I've visited the BMW car factory. They're all in my memory. But if you've never visited them, but you have seen the pictures, you also have that image, right? If you don't go there again, it feels as if it's the past life. Perhaps we can go again, or perhaps not in this lifetime. Like the spiritual center in Spain keeps inviting us to go, but it depends on our time. So all we have in our brain is from the photo of that spiritual center in Spain. So because we have perception, it makes you feel they exist, but if you don't see them, it would feel as if they don't exist. If you don't hear them, then they would become non-existent. For example, in Malaysia, there was the Hozi, someone who's defamed Grandmaster on the internet, and Yao Zong from Singapore who slandered Grandmaster, and several people in Taiwan who slandered Grandmaster. But Grandmaster has no cell phones, no computers, no tablets. I just never see them. Someone printed it for me. Simu printed a lot. I wanted to show them to me, but I told her, I don't want to read them. Just throw them away. So they're liberal and defamation. And some people told me it's really horrible. But I don't feel it because I don't know. I haven't seen them. I haven't read what they wrote. I don't know what they wrote. I don't keep it in mind. And I don't keep it in my heart or on my mind. So basically, nothing's there. No stress, no pressure whatsoever, not the slightest. I didn't feel anything because you perceive and you would feel it. Because you see, that's why you would feel the pressure. But if you don't, you feel no pressure at all. And you defame me, you slander me, I don't feel anything. Because I didn't see and I didn't hear. So no pressure whatsoever. Of course, if you see it and hear it, then there would be pressure. So you close them off. Then no stress whatsoever. So completely empty. I don't know if this explanation is right or not. Five. 5:31. So now I become anxious because I see the clock. If I don't, I can continue until 6. So this is called you sense it because you perceive it, or you perceive it because you see it. So Lao Tzu said, if you are a scholar, you would absorb knowledge, then you would become a knowledgeable scholar. But if you want to train in the Taoist practice, then you want to discard. Every day you discard some. When you throw away all your garbage, you become pure. Your afflictions are emptied, your hindrances are emptied, your habitual tendencies are all thrown out. So you throw them out piece by piece: greed, anger, delusion, doubt, pride. And so you throw them out little by little until they're completely gone. Then you would attain the Tao. So for the Tao, you lose or you discard. For the Tao, you empty and you cleanse and empty all the bad things. Then you can attain. But for study, you gain. But for the Tao, you lose. So for the Tao, you want to throw out all the garbage. So that's spoken by Lao Tzu. is the same as Sakyamuni Buddha.
把你的业全部一样一样的给它消除掉。
Then you eradicate your karma little by little, then you would be completely empty and you would attain the Tao. That would be the real Tao, spoken by the Bodhisattva. That's spoken by the Buddha. Then you have nothing whatsoever inside your heart or mind. You have no karma, you have no 6 rebirth cycle. Nothing at all. The 6 rebirth cycle is due to your karma. If you have good karma, you're born in the heaven, asura, and human realms. If you have bad karma, you would be born in hells, hungry ghosts, and animal realms. And humans are amidst birth and death, birth and birth, birth and death, always in the cycle. If you want to abandon the rebirth cycle, today I speak truthfully to empty all your karma. All your karmic transgressions should be emptied in order to attain the Tao, in order to attain Buddhahood, or to become a Bodhisattva. Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢根本上师法王圣尊莲生活佛精彩宝贵的法语开示，请在座的诸位把椅子叠好，放在两旁。我们恭请师尊带领大家顶礼坛城。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心善引。四平等一起手。恭请师尊以播道展视频，接受众线上的众弟子感恩之心。
谢师尊，汇报好，
恳请您加持下书，讲得好，好，
感恩师尊，世界中线上的弟同们，下周见喽！谢谢师尊，谢谢大家。好幸福哦，每周在众线上都可以跟师尊问好。谢谢大家，谢谢师尊，下周见。 现在恭请师尊赐授虎头金刚法灌顶。 灌顶的义工同们，请你们来接受灌顶，灌顶即将就要结束了。我们一起顶礼感恩，谢谢师尊赐授虎头金刚法灌顶。附魔法会圆满即将结束了，网络直播到此结束，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.